When I welcome back, yes, I see the Bunge Good Morning Naija show. And plenty things still they happen on top Nigeria matter. Oh, yes. And of course, this Twitter matter. It not go end today. You know, they hear say things don't they change. Like when they talk, say, Boko Haram has been technically defeated. Technically. So now when they hear say this indefinite ban, saying like partial ban. Because I mean, they wonder yesterday, say, bless the government, they do this in like Nepal. You know that man when they carry Peking call Nepal office. One go say, Daddy, I never off my own. You go say, well, off your own. So you go get lights and go off them. You go off them, you go on now.
I trying to understand when they're talking about indefinite, temporary indefinite ban. What does that mean? Because
it doesn't only with VPN, if you do. But yesterday, I'm not on VPN, nothing. My Twitter been the work. So they wonder whether they do like Nepal work.
I won't understand what they mean by temporary indefinite. Indefinite means say you don't know when it will happen. Temporary means say is a short time. So
when they drop and go tell, like mama go tell, say you have a dictionary. You try and combine the meaning by yourself.
You will find out what
find the answer inside by yourself. Meanwhile, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami on Saturday in order. People get mind sha. In order the prosecution of Nigerians when they disobey government ban on Twitter, but he not state the specific law. When we say that they violate. In fact, I hear say when they arrest you, say when you get there,
find out.
You go find out the crime.
Offense.
And we will not say before anybody go arrest you, they're supposed to tell you, say, see the offense where you commit. But this is Nigeria where anything goes. He said, what is obtainable for those still tweeting if prosecuted and can be prosecuted under Nigerian law with the amount of disclaimer flying around by different people. I don't understand this plenty English when they hear. The way thing won't find out be say, if they pick person, when we say, even yesterday, they say, you don't even get VPNs, say, for all day. So if they catch you, say, look, oh, you use Twitter, when the ADI say, make you not use Twitter, make we find out. Waiting there, waiting. And Barrister Harry NWABUEZE, the legal practitioner, now you go join us to answer this question. Man, they were there here, does they laugh? And they don't understand.
When you say daddy, now you make me.
I will talk now because I still don't instruct everybody, say,
daddy.
Forgetting, say, people destiny is their title. Hello, Oga Harry.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Harry, morning. It's good to say you join us today.
Okay, Harry.
Yes, so I'd always be happy to.
we go just go straight to the matter when they here. Oga Malami sit down, only in Waka come by himself, talk say, as government don't give this order, anybody when follow Twitter play, we go prosecute you. Una when be men of the law. Don't talk say nowhere for constitution where any law did. There's no criminal law where anybody they violate, you know, if they do one. But then they talk say if they arrest you when you reach there, you go no. I beg, help us, tell us. Wait, yes, you think say Oga Malami fit conjure to take a whole person down.
I honestly speaking, I don't want to, with all due respect to the Minister of Federation, the AGF himself, I don't know if he actually looked at Section 3612 of the Constitution, right? You know, and it pains so much because this is seemingly a very learned person who understands the law so well, right? So the first section talks about penalties, punishments in a layman's language, right? So if a person is arrested, detained or prosecuted for a criminal offense, that there must be a written law, right? The offense must be defined in a written law. You know, I'm always on BBC, I'm always on Wazobia, I'm always on channels on my phone. You know, thank God for the serenity here. So I see the things that are going on, and I heard what his PA was saying yesterday, and that when journalists were asking them a question on this particular issue, and he said yes, when they get to court, they will tell them the law that is contravened. My dear brothers and sisters, you know, it's getting aching, it's getting sickening. We are getting very, it's becoming you know, appalling and ridiculous that people who are seated in high and mighty places where educated people should sit, and seemingly we should understand that they know the law, would act in manners that presupposes that they are not educated. And it's very, very much appalling. If you look at the law very well, it's clear. You won't charge person go court. which law the person contravened, where the law did. Now, if you go back to chapter 4 of the Constitution, I think precisely under section 39, right? Section 39, where derived from Article 19 of the UDHR, right? On the right to freedom of expression, which also includes freedom to hold opinions, right? And to receive and share ideas. So you will understand that there's a defined law. So what the law simply means in 36 is that since there's a defined law that says that people have a right, that means there should also be a defined law that says, in this your right, you know fit extend or you know fit do this. In the case, as the case of banning the Twitter, whatever. So you cannot, we are banning Twitter. If you do this, but where is the law? The question is, where is the law? So these guys speak, you know, we tell ourselves as lawyers, we tell ourselves something, even if you don't know the law, you speak with so much boldness because the person you're talking to does not understand what you're saying. That is exactly what these guys are doing, honestly speaking.
It's quite unfortunate, say, for this part of the world, this kind of country where we dey, we don't look, say, we get constitution, but unfortunately, some of the laws where you did the constitution, some certain VIPs, we get VIPs where these things know they apply
and
to.
VVIPs.
And VVIPs where you know they apply to. And this not be, this kind of thing where they share not supposed to happen. Now, looking at the statement where you give, we declare, say, now for some certain people, now in this thing, go in the direct arm too. I've been talking to one of the deputy Oga of Serap yesterday, and I've been talking, say, as this matter don't day out now, some security agencies or personnel go carry them on top their head to start to harass people. They probably use Twitter or they get VPN on top their phones. So looking at the situation, you will be legal expert. You don't talk, say, law no day, we back this thing. Now, if situations like this happen, say they catch person for road, they check in phone, they arrest them, what if you say this person fit do, looking at the situation?
Yeah, number one, before I answer that question, I want to first state that, you know, each time you people invite me to talk or to speak, I always say that the problem Nigerians have is ignorance in terms of education, right? And I must tell you, you know, an average Westerner knows their rights to the core, and I don't know how they manage to achieve that. But now if you come back home, you would see that an average African does not even know an inch of his right, and it's a problem. And in fact, that is the deepest problem we have in Africa, because people don't know their right. You can't arrest me, you cannot prosecute me, because of course I know the first things I should do. I'll give you an example. Deeper Life has tweeted.
Yes.
The Redeemed Christian Church of God has tweeted. Even some TV stations, even El Rufai himself has tweeted. Do not forget that these guys are extremely, especially in the case of El Rufai, who has gone to Harvard. So, but the point I'm making is that the people who will still become victims of this illegality are the innocent citizens.
Yeah,
and that is why we've started sensitizing people. We've formed groups and NGOs, and we've started sensitizing people to understand their rights, to know the right places to go to. When these guys approach you on the road, you should first seek that you want to speak to a lawyer. But it's quite very painful, because what they will do is to first take you to incarcerate you or take you into custody and then deny you access to a legal practitioner or someone who will tell you what your right is, and then get to court and probably make you do statements that will indict you on other offenses, get to court, and then, you know, they charge you for an offense you don't know. So it's crazy, my brother.
That's now waiting people they fear pass
now
that.
They fear that.
Because even the policemen, when they hold people, then they hear go, some of them know they hear come. Then go one show, they call them overzealous officers. Show say, oh God don't talk. So now it go be. As you don't talk, I don't talk about people not being educated. My God, if AGF himself, when supposed to know waiting day, they talk like this, you don't go blame the ordinary person now.
Is it by education?
I think I'm getting me, because by education, don't just say the education don't fair people hand on top this maternal clear abuse of power. Now you don't enter as EB. But barrister, make we assume now, can I say Jusun still there on strike? Yes or no, sir?
Just sit there on strike, but
So,
I won't take my stance down on this on strike because.
Okay, no, my own. What I want us be say, as just on on strike, and these people say make them try themselves, decide to arrest person, decide to prosecute. Not be to keep person there until just to call off strike. How you go operate inside this strike?
Exactly. Logically, I don't the reason say it can't be like everything they pre-planned.
Wallahi.
Because now the ordinary man cannot go to court.
At all.
People are already suffering, undermining our judicial system in Nigeria. So I am using this opportunity to call on the authorities, the JUSON, and let them call off the strike with immediate effect because the ordinary man is suffering so much at the moment. And we cannot, keep folding our hands thinking that we are under a sane government. So I think we should re-strategize on how to go about this and take further actions because right now we need the judiciary more than ever. I'm very much aware that SERAP has gone to the Commonwealth Court to challenge the Twitter ban and all that under the Article 19 of the UDHR. And I know very well that a lot of legal practitioners would have, gone to court if the courts were on section at the moment. So I think this is a moment where we need them to call off the strike with immediate effect so that everybody will get back to work and do what is necessary. If probably the courts will have to stop the government from, effecting their illegality, then good.
All right then.
All right.
Thank you so much, Oga Harry. Really, always a pleasure talking to you. Barrister Harry NWABUEZE, will be legal practitioner. Now we don't talk to since on this legality for the prosecution of Twitter offenders. It don't talk the constitution, not be law. Now just order when person carry mouth talk. So no justification for any arrest for person when they use Twitter. I hope say police people go hear this one. Make you not go do one-way traffic.
Obey the last order.